guys, my name's Harry. Now for all of you guys that already know me and stuff like that there, you'll probably find that odd that I'm saying my name, but I was thinking the other day, I think I come across a little, it's a little bit arrogant of me to kind of expect people who are just coming onto this channel or Tech Planet 30 to already know my name. So from now on I'll be introducing myself just as I would do if I was meeting a stranger in the street at the beginning of my videos. So that for all you new guys that are coming onto the channel or coming across to Tech Planet 30, you'll be able to know my name instead of kind of like the screen names and stuff like that, just to make it a little bit less formal. Now, as the title says, this is my 1 month on iPad review, which I'll get into in just a second. But before I do that, I just want to say to everybody that's, recently, within the last month or so, the support I've been getting through Twitter and YouTube and coming across to my website has been phenomenal. The website has been up now just over a month, and it is 100 times better than what, not the website, but the support I'm getting from you guys. It's 100 times better than what I ever imagined it would be. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, every single one of you that have followed me on Twitter, coming across, interacting with me on Twitter, coming across to the website, reading things, commenting, those types of things. I really, really appreciate it. All the emails I'm getting with requests to do videos on, really appreciate them. Which brings me on to the next thing. About 6 or 7 months ago, guys, I could barely string a video together in a month or so because I couldn't come up with the ideas for them. Recently, I've been getting loads and loads of ideas, so I've been writing them all down and logging them and stuff like that. And the future of this channel and my website now is hopefully for you guys going to be really, really interesting, because the ideas that I have, the content that I have to put down is hopefully going to be really, really entertaining for you guys. So that's something to look forward to hopefully in the future. It's certainly something I'm looking forward to doing, and I hope that you guys will equally get as much entertainment out of watching it as I am making it. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. Right, so the next thing is the iPad review. Now, I've had the iPad just over a month, and the first thing that I've noticed since I've been using it is when I first got it, when it first came out, and the whole concept about it, even before it came out, and the concept was leaked around, and lots of people were talking about it, the first thing that came into my head that I would use it for most was watching movies, TV shows, listening to music, basically kind of like a media centre. Which is something that I haven't done hardly any. As a matter of fact, I've only watched one full movie on the iPad, and that was a week and a half ago. We had a blackout here. Our whole street was out. We had no power for near enough 2 days, sorry. And in that period of time, the iPad was the only thing that had any real battery life left in it. And between charging it in the car and bringing it back into the house, Vicky and I sat down a couple of nights and watched Avatar and a couple of other movies that I have on it. Now, just because I haven't used it as a media the media experience that I thought I would, that's not to say that I don't think it's a good media device, because I do. I think it's absolutely phenomenal and I love it, absolutely love it. But there's other things on there that have just prevented me from watching things. The odd time at night I might put a TV channel on and just put it in my bedroom, because it's not the media experience that I thought I would be using on it. It's certainly way and beyond, the capabilities that I thought it would have, but I just haven't got around to using it just yet. Now, the next thing, one of the things that have stopped me from using it really is the reading experience. So, obviously there's the iBook store, which the thing about the iBook store, it's still kind of in its infancy. So at the minute, it's just really fiction and a few non-fiction books that are there. I tend to read more technical books and stuff, more about computers and programming and that type of thing. I mean, I done a video not so long ago where I showed you all the technical books that I had, on programming, that type of thing. They're the type of things I read. I mean, I do read fiction books, and the iStore for me, the iBook stores for me is fantastic for that. But it's not a big deal to me at the minute, because I know, the iTunes store, whenever it first started off, it started off as music. And now look at the content that you can buy from the iTunes store. So it's only going to take a little bit more time before different types of books and different types of genres start coming down onto the iBook store. However, in the meantime, what I do is as well, I subscribe to a couple of magazines. The Mac magazines that I subscribe to is iCreate and Mac User, which are two apps that you can get downloads from the App Store, and there you get your magazines every month and you pay for them separately. They are both cheaper on the iPad than what they are going out and buying them in a newsagents. The Mac World, which is another one I buy on a monthly basis, that comes from an application on the App Store called Zino, Z-I-N-I-O. I'll put a link up to that in the sidebar. But they don't just do Mac magazines. It's kind of like, Zino's kind of like an entire newsagent. You can go onto the app and you can shop for like health, sports magazines, photography, fishing, there's women's magazines, there's all sorts of things on there that you can get. Now the only downside about that is, like I say, I get Mac World from there. Now Mac World is cheaper than the newsagent version of the magazine, but I'm a subscriber of Mac Format, which gets sent out to my house, and I think it's about £4.99 if you go into the newsagents and buy it. It's the only magazine on Zino that's more expensive on the iPad than it is outside in the newsagents. Now I spoke to Mac Format about that, and they said that it's something they're looking into. It's kind of out of their hands, but they are looking into it, and maybe there might be some change in the future about it. Because, like I say, it's £9.99 in Zino, whereas it's £4.99 you go and buy it somewhere else. Every other magazine is about £2 or £3 cheaper on the iPad than it is if you go and buy it in the newsagents. The other magazines you go into are Time and Wired, which is, Wired everybody goes on. Then there's The Sun, which is a tabloid newspaper here in the UK. That's a really good setup. Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Financial Times, and then, like I say, for my technical books I use Stanza and the Amazon Kindle app for Mac users. So that's the reading. But like there's a double-edged sword with the reading ability, or the reading experience with the iPad. It's very, very convenient. It's probably actually more convenient than going and lifting a magazine, sitting down and reading it and stuff like that there. But the thing that concerns me about it is the streaming and the cloud experience that kind of is combined with this, which I'm going to do a video about once I've researched these two things a little bit more. So I'm a little bit fuzzy about what I'm about to say here as well, in terms of whether I'm talking nonsense or I'm not. I buy all my magazines now, all the magazines I've just described to you on the iPad through the various applications. Now, what happens if something happens and I don't have access to a digital device that's going to act like an iPhone or an iPad, or, well, only those ones really, or the iPod Touch. Something really bad happened or something like that there, and they were all destroyed, or I had to sell them off, whatever. All that content is gone. I don't have access to that content anymore. Whereas if you buy the ordinary magazines, they're there, you can use them all the time. That's my only fear about that. But then that's something as well about the iTunes store coming out with this streaming that I'm a little bit concerned about. Like I say, that's a different video. So the next thing is the email experience and the online experience. Now, before I had the iPad, I used to do most of my online experience either using this or sat up here. It was kind of confined to here. But now that I've had the iPad, it's just the most amazing device to just veg out with. Just sit down on the couch, that type of thing. Just sprawl out, lie out, and then use the iPad. And because it's so small and compact, and there's no, lifting up the lid and then the lid falling back on you. The things that comes with laptops, I know they're tiny, petty little things, but just having this one screen with no other hardware things flapping about on you or anything at all like that, I think it's a tremendous experience in terms of the speed, the clarity of going online, how easy it is just to turn it on and go, and you're not waiting for boot ups or anything like that. It's pretty much instantaneous. I just think it's phenomenal, which kind of then brings me on to the portability issue of it as well. And that also ties into a question that seems to be getting asked a lot, which is, do you think the iPad could take over you using a laptop for your mobile experience? And for me personally, it has done, and it probably will continue to do so. Before, when I used to go out anywhere, you know, I used to take my laptop if I was going to somewhere where I knew I was going to be sitting down and having to do some work on there. Now, whenever I go out with the little spec tuck pack that I showed you, I take that everywhere with me now with the iPad and my iPhone. So those two combined, the iPad and the iPhone combined, have definitely for me taken over the, you know, the way I work or use my laptop and stuff to get there when I'm on the go, my media experience. And the thing is, about 6 or 7 months ago, I had no call really for taking a laptop out with me or anything like that, or you know, an iPad to work online. But now, because I've got the website, I've got my blog, and now I've got YouTube and all these other, you know, Twitter, all these other things that I love doing now. I do have to have something that I can just lift out, turn on, and write something up quickly. And the iPad is perfect for that, and I can do that anywhere. I don't have to be sat down. I don't, you know, all these things, and the battery life and everything makes the whole experience even more better. So for me, now I know there's power users out there who just simply couldn't have an iPad take over what they use their laptop for in terms of their mobile experience. But for what I do, for my needs, the iPad has completely taken over my MacBook Air, or you know, it's taken over the fact that I don't take my MacBook Air out with me anymore. That the iPad and my iPhone 4 come out with me in my spec tuck pack, and that is it. And my MiFi as well. Those three things combined give me everything I need and more. You know, there's no need. Plus, you know, and plus not only that as well, with the iPad, I can access all my computers back here online as well. So, you know, if there's anything I need a little bit more powerful, I can do it back here. I can print stuff off, you know, that type of way. So it's perfect. Now, the other thing is the Wi-Fi iPad and the 3G iPad. For me personally, I'm really glad I picked the Wi-Fi one. Obviously, I have a MiFi device as well, because I've been out with the iPad and the MiFi device, and I've not once been in a situation where I couldn't go online. Now, from what I can gather, the only kind of benefits that the 3G one's going to give you is the compass and the GPS thing. But for me, you know, I've got, like I say, I always have my phone with me with the iPad, so therefore the GPSing and the it's all taken care of, and the compass is all taken care of on the phone. And I'm never going to have just an iPad and not a phone. It's just never going to happen, because you know you need the phone to make calls. So I can see why people did go for the 3G iPad, but for me personally, so long as I have my iPhone and my iPad, the two of them work well together, and well enough together for me not to need getting a 3G iPad. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the keyboard. Now, a lot of people were laughing actually whenever the iPad came out, saying there's no way people are going to have a decent keyboarding experience when they're using the iPad, because even if they lie it down on a table, it's going to be rocking. And then people were mocking it, saying, you know, oh, we're going to be sat like this typing on. You know, I don't know how these people now think about it, but on the day I bought the iPad, I almost went and bought one of the keyboards to come with it, and I'm so glad that I didn't now, because I find typing on the iPad just as easy as typing on this. I can do it just as fast. I'm not saying I am a fast typer, but the speed that I can do it on here, I can do on the iPad as well. And so therefore, and the rocking thing that people were talking about as well on a table, I don't know where they're getting that from, because it's pretty flat. I mean, it's slightly curved, but it's not like, you know, it's not a globe. You know, it doesn't rock as much as people were saying it was going to do. So that's my take on the keyboard thing. I personally don't think that for the majority of people using the iPad, even the ones that went out and bought the keyboard whenever they first got it, I would say that quite a lot of you use the virtual keyboard, or maybe not, but from my personal experience, that's what I use. So guys, that's it. that's my roundup of my experience with the iPad. Now I know that there's a lot of different things that I could have went over as well, but these are the issues that I wanted the iPad for, so these are the issues I spoke about. And also as well, I think the iPad and the iPhone 3GS or 3G or iPhone 4 together, the two of these items together, are an unbeatable combination. I personally can't think of anything that somebody could use that's going to beat that experience of going online, reading, you know, media, all the things, your GPS signals and all the rest of it from your iPhone, that type of thing. And in terms of portability, it's just so simple. So that's my take on the iPad. Now, I said at the beginning about the giveaway. Now this is a giveaway. It's a Tech Air bag, okay? It's an iPad bag, and inside as well I'm giving away a screen protector for the iPad as well. Now, if you're not an iPad user, you can still get this, guys, because if you've got a netbook or anything at all like that, this will, you know, I think actually it probably is a netbook bag. I'm not going to go through a review on this now because I'll put a link up and you can go across and see the review I've done of this when I was doing my unboxing for it. So click on the link, you'll be able to see what the bag is better. And if you do want to enter in for this giveaway, all you got to do is click on the link in the sidebar, it says iPad, and it will take you to Tech Planet 30, where all you got to do is leave a comment in the section that it takes you to, and then that way I can pull off your name and pull the name out of a hat then for this bag. Okay guys, it is a really nice bag, but it's up to you whether you want it or not. It's up for a giveaway, so there you go. So that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching the video. Thanks very much for following me. If you want to, go across to techplanet30.com. You can that's kind of like my central hub on the net, and from there there's various other ways that you can follow me via Twitter, friend feed, Facebook. If you wanted to, you can go across and have a look at my Picasa site or account and Flickr account, where I'll be putting loads of images up of just general things that I'll be doing as well. And that's really about it, guys. Also, if you wanted to, you can contact me via Skype or iChat, those types of things. So thanks very much, guys, for all your support and for watching the videos, and I really look forward to seeing you so soon. Thanks, guys, and bye.